This week on Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes, we discuss Charles's culinary discoveries, Batwoman, Master Chief, how Nathan is wrong about Season 1 of Parks and Rec, Sony films, and the Academy Awards. All of this and more on this episode of Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes.
Nerds who get laid, 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 nerds who get laid.
Welcome to Nerds Who Get Laid
Sometimes.
Oh my God, Mike Lominack is missing.
Ooh.
He was supposed to be here.
Missing Mike Lominack, our new podcast. Dun, dun, dun.
Where have all the Lominacks gone?
Yeah.
I still to this day think Lominack sounds like a mystical creature that like walks around the woods, and it's like comparative to a mixture of a Bigfoot and a unicorn.
You're not wrong, though.
And you're like, guys, I think I just saw a Lominack.
Last Lominack on the left.
I actually used to draw comics, or like more like just like funny pictures of Mike with his shirt off, wandering around the woods, and like the Lominack, and then I'd show it to him at work all the time. I always thought it was funny.
Do you have any of those? Can you post those on our
I might
page?
be able to find them.
Okay.
I'll have to look, but they do come up on my.
Nathan is the worst
They
at
might-
creating things and then deleting that shit.
No, I think-
you'll notice that our theme song never changes because he created it and it is gone. I'm the only one that has not the raw files, just the
MP3.
yeah, just the MP3 of it, so I can loop it. But that's the best we can do.
I think it's on your Instagram, but you're going to have to scroll.
Yeah,
the
I think,
Lominack stuff.
I think
Yeah.
Lominack is on
From
it.
years ago.
Yes. I really wanted to. I was hoping Mike would be here when we started the show because I wanted to thank him because Mike apparently has the hookup on fucking Ray-Bans. His Instagram today.
Yeah, you
Out
can
of
go to
nowhere.
Mike's feed.
Yeah, he started like hawking like this like hell of a deal. They're, I guess usually $200, but Mike found a website where we could get them for $29.99.
Wow.
Now, at first I was like, maybe Mike got hacked, but now I remember 2 weeks ago or a week ago, the Ocean stole his
glasses.
sunglasses. So he was probably on the hunt trying to find a pair of sunglasses,
It seems legit.
and he found such a good deal that he shared it.
Yeah. Karma tipped its fedora to him.
Well, and hopefully he'll find that hat sale
Yeah.
somewhere.
And and the thing that's funny is after I thanked him, he told me that Instagram actually went ahead and changed his password and deleted that post. I guess they ran out of inventory because Mike just shared it with all his dozens of followers.
Yeah,
on Instagram.
yeah.
Close personal friends.
So, Mike, if you're listening, wherever you are, in whoever's basement, probably Charles's. Well, Charles doesn't have a basement. You probably have like a hutch or something like that.
I got a big closet.
Big, I bet you do. Is that what you call your butthole? Hey, dude, you want to come see my big closet? You can put so many chest of drawers in here. That's what I'm calling your nuts. But anyway, Mike, thank you for the DL. I ordered 20
Yeah,
pairs.
I was going to say, how many pairs did you
Well,
order?
I was like, they're usually $200. I might as well get $200 worth
Exactly.
of glasses. I'd be an idiot not to.
You gave him your bank account number.
And social.
So it was so
I
convenient.
thought it was weird I had to give my social, but I was like, for a deal this good, they probably want to make sure I'm not some like,
Make sure you're
scammer.
legit.
Yeah,
Make sure you're an
shifter.
American.
Yeah, like some, like shifty guy that's going to be, selling them at the flea market because I found this awesome deal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yet again, Mike, thank you for the heads up on that. God bless you and everything that you are. We hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he won't be lost forever.
Godspeed.
Godspeed to you. With that being said, let's move on to the Nerd-Ons.
All right.
Get your nerd on. 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 Get your nerd on.
Welcome back to the Nerd On, where we tell you about our exciting week and all the nerdy stuff we do and how
It's
people
so
just
nerdy.
we just get made fun of by jocks and are like, nerd.
I just
Four eyes.
walk around with a perpetual wedgie.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
It's weird.
Swirlies left
Yeah.
and right.
I found this hat that I wear, and it has like a little propeller on the top. And my glasses have gotten thicker on the black frames, and I started wearing a pocket protector.
Those things are so useful, aren't they?
It protects my pocket.
Yeah.
And my mom still says I'm cool. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So, Chuck, what have you been nerding out on, sir?
Where to start? I guess.
Maybe if you'd written your stuff down and taken notes, you'd know where to start.
Where direction do I want to go? The ups of the
One
week
direction.
or the down part of the week? I guess the high part of the week was Tuesday. Ray invited me going to Gainesville because he had to pick up some stuff that he needed for the weekend and do some regular shopping.
Yes, I was trying to remember what did I need in Gainesville.
Yeah, so we ended up stopping off at Sweet Treats.
Sweet
Sweet Dreams, my bad. Because I'd never been there, and Ray, TJ have raved about it. Allison loves it also. Bree's gone with Ray. First time going, Ray picked up the tab, so I was like, okay, this is fine. I got 3 different types of ice cream. I got the Mayan chocolate, the Jack, Jim, and Johnny, and the peanut butter curry.
Yeah.
Started with
Which are all like relatively savory ice creams.
Yeah.
So they all fit together pretty well. But I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
what
I guess the
That's how I
chocolate's
chose?
not as much,
Yeah,
but it's a
that's-
spicy chocolate.
2 of the 3 that I got.
So went with the Mayan chocolate first and didn't feel any heat through the first bite. Getting ready to do the second one.
I want to recreate
Oh, okay, go
how
ahead.
Charles
Yeah, go ahead.
experiences things.
Well, here's-
So we're sitting there eating, and Charles he digs in. I'm like, how
Does
is it? He's like,
does he suckle on the ball?
no. So he takes a bite.
I rolled
and,
it on my tongue.
and he says, no, it's kind of bland. It's all right. It's not very spicy. Oh, wait. Ooh, there's a
Yep.
little bit of the heat. Oh. Ooh,
Yep.
there's the flavor. Ooh, that's good. That's good.
This
Yeah,
is the
that's
first
good.
bite.
Yeah,
This
that's
is the first
good.
bite.
This is just the first bite.
This sounds
Hold
like
off.
Charles' sex life.
So
Damn it, 2 weeks in a row with sex life shit?
So he goes through, gets to his second scoop of ice cream. Jack, Jimmy, Johnny, whatever.
Yeah.
He tastes. He's like,
The name of your sex tape.
he's like, I mean, that's all right. That's pretty good. Oh, I'm just not getting much of the flavor. Oh wait. Oh.
It was like the pecan or
There
something
it
they had
is.
soaked
There
in
it-
it.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Oh God, man, that's good. That's good. I like this. I like this a lot. So then he finishes that off, and he gets to the peanut butter curry. Huh. I've never had curry before, so the flavors that I'm tasting, I'm just subtracting the peanut butter from I know what peanut butter tastes like, so everything else I'm attributing to the curry. That's pretty good. That's different. That's good. That's different. That's good. That's real good. I like this a lot. Golly, man. Whew, man, this is good. This is good. And that was the rest of the hours of us at Gainesville.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? Man, I'm just thinking about that curry peanut butter again. Man, that curry peanut butter was good. I'm making fun of him, but it was a lot of
spot on.
it was-
That
yeah,
sounds-
but it was a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
Chuck had a good time and had some good ice cream. So
It was pretty fucking spot
I
on.
got boring ass ice cream because I'm
Yeah.
still kind of on my diet, but I can't go there and not get anything.
Yeah.
No.
But other than that, then we went to dinner and first time at a Chipotle, and that was an amazing and a nightmare all in one.
Man.
That
So
red fucking salsa.
they have a spicy salsa there. Do you do Chipotle much? Either of you?
I mean, I've ate there. It's
I've
good
eaten
food.
there.
I like it a lot more than Moe's. I think it's much better.
I used to like Moe's a lot more, but since Moe's changed up their chicken,
I think that's the thing. If you're a chicken person, you're gonna like Moe's better most of the time because the Chipotle
Moe's
chicken's
of the
fine,
time?
but Moe's of the time.
and Moe's has better queso.
Have you had the Chipotle queso? Because they didn't have it for years. They
I guess
just
that's
got it.
Nah,
And it's good. It's not as good as the Moe's one, but man, I love it when we talk about food on there.
I had to
But
start
their
with this.
barbacoa there is delicious.
Oh my god, it was
And they
so
have
good.
a delicious spicy salsa, but it's one of those salsas that like if I get
Very
it too much on it,
sparingly.
I like am crying, and I'm like, this is delicious. And I told Chuck, like, get it on the side,
Which I did.
just spoon you a little bit in there,
Which I
and
did.
he did. But the same thing. Ooh, this is good. Yeah. Oh,
What is this
golly.
called? Is this a burrito?
He got a burrito bowl.
I had a bowl.
And he's like, this is good. This is good. I'm not getting much of the flavor. So he proceeds to pour more on.
Like 4 or 5 more.
Yep. And it was too much for
And
him.
then I mixed it up so every single bite, dude. At that point, the beer wasn't helping because it tastes like dishwater.
I do have to wonder, like, when you were in this bomb shelter for all your life until the last 2 years, I mean, like, this whole new world of experiences.
Well, last time we went to Gainesville, did we go to Blaze Pizza?
Yeah,
Because you had never been to 1,000 Degrees, which I hadn't been to. We have one of those in Lake City.
Yeah.
Blaze Pizza is about the same thing. It's like a Subway of pizzas.
Yeah.
Loved it. So
so good.
if we get Chuck out every now and then, and he experiences new life,
And I think that's just getting him out, though, because,
yeah,
it is.
that was the other thing. It was a shitty day today because I literally had the shits
Yeah.
and I could not attend the con that.
way to
Ray
bring up
TJ
a
were going
rating,
to.
sir, Chuck.
Huh?
Talk about your shit life.
I'm just saying.
what is your other nerve?
Besides shit.
I just want to stop. Like,
Let's get out of the bowel,
the new
bowel
food experience and
movements.
stuff like that. But I believe it was Tuesday. Nathan had pegged on our messenger. He's like, "Hey, I'm in Walgreens. Look at these, Chuck."
Yeah.
And it was almost the entire wave of the Monster Venom Marvel Legends series figures that were out. And probably about 20 minutes after Nathan sent that to me, I went up there and I'm like,
I knew you would.
I'm looking and I'm like,
But you
I
got
need to
20% off.
oh, I know, but I was sitting there looking like, I'll go with one. And I grabbed Carnage and Scream. So
I'll go with one, but I'll take two. I went up there the other day and none of them were there anymore.
Where'd you hide the other two?
I didn't. I just
Ah,
left the
man.
poison and the Eddie Brock.
Okay.
Eddie Brock was pretty cool. figure.
No, he looks bad. Looks like Eugene Levy with the bad dye job.
I thought it looked cool. It reminded me of the old cartoon.
But besides those two legends,
No, it didn't.
Walgreens also, I think it was Thursday, put
Yeah.
up on their website orders
Thing?
for no, not the Thing, but the Silver Surfer.
Oh, nice.
And within like 2 hours, they took it off because they were out of stock.
Did you get one?
It should be here tomorrow by 11 o'clock.
Congrats, Chuck.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
I'm excited about
Chuck
that.
wins one.
I know.
Everybody.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Everything's coming up Chuck House.
But other than that, still going through Arrested Development and on to season 4 now.
have you watched 4 yet? Did you watch it
I
before?
started it
Okay.
when I went through my
Before
first
the
walk.
remix?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe. But watching it now, so I'm to the point where Michael gets kicked out or voted out of the dorm room.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. The little note that had Michael, but it had DA
Yeah.
crossed out the
Yeah.
little Michael.
Gosh.
I was like, George Michael had to do it. But
No.
caught up completely again on Castle Rock as well. If you're still not watching the show, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, Ray.
Still not watching it.
It's great, and this last episode gets more into the supernatural aspect of it.
Good.
And it's just
I've been letting
amazing.
Been letting them stack, so I need to get in there and watch them.
Yeah,
The 5 now? 6?
yeah, it's 5 now.
Do they come out on Sundays?
Wednesday nights
Wednesday nights, okay.
or Wednesday on Hulu. So, and other than that, finally, Pop Street Fighter 5 back in. Been playing that quite a bit this week since Evo had happened this week, and they announced 2 new characters from the fighter pack. G, who looks like Abraham Lincoln on steroids and a bad dye job, and a fan favorite people have been wanting for a long time to be included in Street Fighter 5 was Sagat. And I was like, oh shit, they're available August 6th. And I looked at my in-game currency and I'm like, I'm nowhere close to getting that shit.
You have to drop them dollars.
No, I'm not. I'm going to just keep playing the game to do that.
That's not what they want you to do at
That's
all.
what I'm going to. Well, that's what I'm going
Time
to
is
do.
money, Chuck.
Yeah.
Time is money.
Drop that $3. That it?
Yeah, that's it.
Ray.
Oh, well, let me tell you. I got some nerd-ons here. And pull up my trusty list here. So today, me and TJ went over to the Jacksonville Toy and Comic Con. This is the first time I have actually tabled to sell comic books at a convention that I'm not running. Because I've done. I did Infinity Con last year. I don't think I did the year before. I can't
No, you
remember
did
now.
this year.
That's what I meant. This last year, the last Infinity Con.
Yeah.
So this is a one-day show in Jacksonville. Me and TJ and Davey and Kale went last year, and it was just a really fun show. It's like an old school comic show and toy show where they just have it in a one of the hotel bathrooms, hotel like ballroom things and all.
Your
conference
stall
rooms.
was just packed out, man.
But it's literally like I think I saw 3 cosplays.
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's let. It's a Ramada.
No, it's at the Ramada.
Yeah.
And I've actually been to a lot. I've been to a lot of record shows, other comic shows, and stuff like that. There, they have a lot of little events there. But they doubled in size from last year. Because last year this was one of my favorite cons to go to because it was just little intimate, lots of cool stuff.
You said there were a lot of people at it last year.
Yeah, there were a
Doubled
lot
in
of people
size?
at it last year. They doubled the size of the vendors, so they opened up the second half because it was a little cramped last year.
Yeah.
But there was plenty of room this time, and I had a blast. I was busy all day long. I sold so many dollar comics. It was great.
Yeah.
So this is my first dipping my toe into selling comics and stuff like that. I'm thinning out some of my personal collection. So I think I'm gonna. There's another one coming up in November. There might be some in between now and then that I go to, but I'm gonna down in Daytona. I'm gonna do that one, and I emailed the promoter for that this afternoon. So that was a lot of fun. That I've talked about it on here. I've been preparing a lot of my comics, rebagging and boarding a ton of them. So it's cool to like do that and then like have some success at something like that when I've worked. Not hard work. It's bagging and boarding things. It's me watching TV while I bag and board stuff.
Tedious work.
It's a lot of tedious work.
Did you come close to your goal you had set?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh, you did?
absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
So that was really nice. I started reading Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. During Secret Wars, they had a lot of little like mini-series that were like weirdo things.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did the X-Men 92, which was literally the X-Men in 1992. Kind of like the cartoon X-Men. They did a Days of Future Past miniseries. They did just a bunch of them, and one of them was Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, which was if you're not current on Spider-Man, a couple of years ago they had a One More Day thing where Mary Jane and Spider-Man were never married. That's the retcon that we got. This is Spider-Man and Mary Jane are married and have a kid. So that was a 4 or 5 issue miniseries, but it got such good response because a lot of people are pissed about Spider-Man and Mary Jane not being together in the current comics that they've been running with it, and I think it's on like 20th issue or something. So I picked it up on Marvel Unlimited and I started with it. It's a lot of fun. It's again Spider-Man has his spider powers, of course. He beat up something that had some kind of power suit that kind of saps his spider strength from him. So Mary Jane wears that. So they share his spider strength and stuff. And his daughter, it's not Mayday Parker. I forget what her name actually is in this. She has spider powers too. So she's like not a mutant, but sort of a mutant. Maybe a mutate. I'm not sure how.
Kind of the thing they did with Superman and Lois in Rebirth.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. So it's been really cool. I think I'm only about 4 or 5 issues in, but they've been really quick reads. And again, it's nice to see Mary Jane and Peter together and happy, having a family and just superheroing together. It's just it's a little cheesy, but in a good comic booky way.
Yeah.
And then while I was doing all of this comic book stuff, like we can't really, when I'm working on this stuff, we can't watch something that I really have to pay attention to.
Yep.
So Allison wanted to turn on Parks and Rec yesterday, and we watched the good part of 2 seasons of that. So we're somewhere in season 2. I want to say, for the record, 100%, season 1 of Parks and Rec is actually really good. I know when I first started watching it, I was like, you can skip season 1.
Oh.
Season 1 has some great parts.
Nathan's trying to adopt
and it's
Chuck's
much
secret
better
identity.
than season 1 of The Office.
No, I disagree.
Absolutely.
Disagree 100%.
You can disagree, but like I think if you disagree with it, it's because you're like looking through nostalgic glasses at The Office.
I've tried numerous times to watch the first season of
but
Parks
you
and
also
Rec.
tried quote unquote numerous times to watch Battlestar Galactica.
No, I did try numerous times. I just
I don't
watched
buy
5
it.
episodes and did not like it.
I don't buy
But
it.
the Parks and Recs is not funny.
No, season 1
Is not funny.
excellent.
Thank you
there
for
are some
agreeing with me,
really
finally.
good. There are some really good episodes
But
and
then
some
again-
really
This is like that Peanuts thing.
Listener,
Yeah, I know.
take this from a grain of salt. It's Ray telling you that it's funny.
I'd comment, but I've only watched Parks and Rec one time through, so
Go ahead, Chuck.
everyone
What's
wants,
your
I don't
opinion?
remember how the first season
everyone wants
was.
to act like season 1. There's two camps they're in. They're either like, oh, season 1's not good because it's just like The Office.
That's not
Or
my issue. I just
They'll be like, it's they want it to be like The Office because they're like, oh, it's sort of like The Office, but it's not enough like The Office. But there are tons of really good episodes and really good. When Leslie goes to Salvador to get her first political haircut, and she gets the man haircut, and they think that her and Anne are partners.
I mean, that was it was humorous, but I
Yeah.
didn't. It doesn't have. They didn't find the groove yet. Like Ron
No, they
Swanson's not there
absolutely
yet.
didn't.
It's just not a good season. Skip it.
But season 1 of The Office is
I-
way worse.
I actually like season 1 of The Office. I'm looking at. I wanted to kind of double check. I don't think season 1's that great.
The only one that's actually even memorable at all is the purse one.
First one's good.
It's
Isn't
not
that
good. It's memorable.
that's a. Where's the one where he gets slapped? That's a pretty good one.
I don't think
Diversity Day. That's episode
Yeah.
2. That one's really good. The healthcare where Dwight gets to choose healthcare,
Oh yeah,
and they make up all the fake symptoms. The Alliance one, I don't remember that one. The basketball, the basketball episode where they go down and play basketball is a fun episode.
Yeah.
Like I think the first season off is pretty decent. It's definitely a lot drier, a lot cringier, and it's slower than the later seasons.
It's the same thing though. They haven't found their groove. They
Yeah.
don't have their characters yet.
But when I watch, I don't know.
you can just
some-
skip the first season of The Office.
You could. I mean, I'm definitely not going to disagree
absolutely.
with you.
Yeah.
But at the same thing, you can definitely skip
Yeah.
first season of Parks and Rec.
You can, but you're missing out on a lot of stuff there. You are. You absolutely are. Trust me. It's way better than season
do
1 of
not
The
trust
Office.
you.
So
It's
let us know
okay
what
to
you
be
guys think out there in podcast land.
Let us know
Yeah.
how wrong you think Nathan is.
Or how wrong you think Ray is.
Nope.
Or why Ray is wrong. Because I just looked up and
You can email us at nathaniswrong@aol.com.
I just pulled up a really interesting scientific blog, and it's listing the reasons why the first season of Parks and Rec is dog shit.
That's an unbiased opinion if I've ever heard one.
No, they
I
went
just
through-
conducted a poll while
It's,
you were looking that up.
It's studies and tests, and I mean, it started in a theory, but the theory actually got proven. So it sucks.
I mean, it's on BuzzFeed, so it's got to be true.
It's on nathanfeed.com. nathanbuzz.com.
It's actually nathanthoughts.co.ed.
All right, that's me.
Man, that was really loud.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you deserved it.
All right, so I'll go ahead and kick off. I myself didn't do a whole lot, except for I played a lot of Rocket League this week. But
You're in now. You're.
I'm hooked.
Yeah, this is it.
Well, the cool
this is
thing
it for
is,
you, Nathan. It was nice knowing
yeah,
you.
I can play 2-player with Marshall, and so we've been playing a lot of Rocket League. It's kind of me and him's thing now, where we get on there and I play and Marshall just tries to drive over the roof, and he sucks as a partner. That's really what I want to say is I'm over here trying
My
to
son
score,
sucks.
and I look at his screen, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing over there?" He's like, "Oh, sorry, I was taking a victory lap." I was like, "We're losing."
So it's essentially it's sort of like Twisted Metal, but soccer with cars, something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh my
Mike
god!
watches ended.
Mike just walked in
and a
with a beard down to his chin.
wild Lamanac appears.
And it
Man,
is so graceful.
I wasn't
Yeah.
drinking tonight.
This is
Anyway,
beautiful.
sorry. Welcome, Mike. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, what I was saying. But yeah, right. That's exactly what Rocket League is. You're driving these cars that get boost twist, and they go
it is?
to you hit a giant ball into giant goals. It's the silliest game. The thing is,
Same as Chuck's sex life.
Fuck you, Ray.
try. Like, my friend at work has told me about this game for a year, and I've always ignored him. I was like, I'm never going to play that stupid game. And then you give it to me for free, just like crack, and I'm hooked.
Mm-hmm.
So
what? I see things for sale on it all the time. Are those like upgrades or something?
no, it's all cosmetics.
Okay, just to make your car look different.
And you win tons of stuff. Like, I will admit, I spent $2 and I bought the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Oh yeah,
You almost
how
have
do you
to.
not?
Yeah, well, because they also had a Jurassic Park Jeep.
Oh,
They have the Batmobiles. They got some pretty cool stuff.
Does your son have the Jurassic Park Jeep?
No, yeah, I'm not gonna spend $2 on his. He sucks at the game, so I'm not gonna
Be better, son.
Yeah.
Then I'll buy you
Once
something.
you
you get
win
them.
it.
You get that win or that kill death ratio.
Well, there's no death in it, but
Get good, noob.
yeah,
Daddy's not proud of you yet.
it's weird because they have I guess
I
just
have no son.
you win free stuff. Like, they have Reddit like toppers and stuff, like Rick and Morty, just like all these different things you win for free, and you kind of customize it out. It's a lot of fun, though. I will say I get it now. Besides playing a lot of Rocket League, I started Spider-Verse.
the comics.
The comic.
Yeah.
I don't know what Spider-Verse is. Fill me in.
The Marvel.
Marvel Spider-Verse.
I have a good idea what it is, but I have no idea what it is in
Well,
context.
so I was just had a hankering to read some comics, and I pulled up Marvel Unlimited for $9.99 a month. And,
hey, that's a good deal.
they had some suggested series that they have, I guess, the entirety of, and Spider-Verse was one.
Which I've talked about before, and the premise of it is the
It sounds so
dumbest
stupid.
thing.
It sounds so
It sounds
dumb.
so horrible.
And I'm about to butcher exactly what I'm seeing, because I think I've only because I'm reading the entire scope, so it's different issues from different.
Oh, so you're not just reading the whatever 6 or 9.
Yeah,
You're reading the whole thing.
Yeah,
Giving it a
tie-ins
try.
and everything.
Cool.
Now,
cool.
I have jumped out of one or two because the art was kind of stupid. Because there
Yeah.
was a really cool issue where, like, it was showing different spiders from different verses, and it was a
Yes.
different artist for everyone.
Yeah.
And there was some really, like, steampunk Spider-Man and
Was
some
there
really
an aha?
Spider-Man
Spider-Man Noir.
Was there like an aha take on me video style Spider-Verse?
Not yet, but there probably will be. So, like, the idea is, are these guys vampires? Is that what they are?
Sort of, but they specifically go out after they talk about the spider totem
Yeah.
and Moreland. It's Moreland.
Because I guess
Okay.
he's fought
And
Spider-Man
his
in the
family.
past.
Yeah.
Because they come to...
They suck life force
is it
out,
the-
so it's sort of a vampire.
What is the main Marvel world? Is it
616.
616, and that Peter Parker is like the one they need because he's defeated one of
A lo-
these.
a lot
guys.
of times
3 of them. And I don't,
Blood is a symbol for life, so I mean they literally are vampires.
yeah, but they're talking. They talk. And it's been a while since I've read it because it was when it came out. But they talk about the 3 totems that that they're really looking for. One of them is the actual Peter Parker, and then the other 2 they have names for them. It's not. It's like a holy trinity of Spider-Man.
Nick
And I
Cage.
can't
I haven't got to that yet on one
Okay.
because like the first one, like they're having dinner and there's a family of these guys.
Yeah.
And there's like, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 of them.
Something.
And like they have all these different Spider-Men on the table, all beaten and broken. They're about to feast on them. And so like there's one Spider-Man that's made of he's an actual spider. There's
Yeah.
there was what's the name? Bruce Banner in a different universe became Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like from the camera, and they're eating him. So it's just a real cool premise, and there's this giant spider man who I guess weaves the web of the universe and can see everything. And I haven't seen why he's working with these people yet, or if they hold him captive, which will probably come in. But
and he can see the different Spider-Men in the different
Yes.
universes,
Yeah.
and that he gives them the location. They go hunt these Spider-Men down.
Yeah. And so like that, there's like one, it's like one of the women vampire, and she likes attacking the teenage Spider-Man the most because they have the best tasting blood or flesh, whatever. And then one of the guys, he's like, why haven't you went at the 616 or whatever they call it to them? And he's like, those are mine. I'm waiting on him. He's like, it's because you're scared. Because Peter Parker defeated, I guess, him in the past. So it's a pretty cool premise. Like I said, I've read about 3 or 4 issues.
It's actually, to me, it's a dumb premise that is just executed so well.
I guess because once you get into it, because like there'll be scene, like there's one where the the spider that weaves the universe is like it's shown as web, and there's all these different Spider-Men, and they're just different styles. Like one is a Deadpool Spider-Man, and then there's like a Wolverine as Spider-Man, and just different ideas all draw. And you pretty much do whatever the fuck you want to, and just have a lot of fun.
This is a Dan Slott idea, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was.
'Cause I'll say this about him: that Dan Slott can take an idea that sounds like the most preposterous thing and make a.
Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But there's I'm not ruining it for you, but there's some really fun things. Like there's a scene with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Oh, wow.
And if you've watched Ultimate Spider-Man the cartoon, he's in that, but during the cartoon he turns into like that almost Pop Funko looking Spider-Man with the big head. That happens, and all the Spider-Man are like, what the hell just happened? He's like, oh, sorry, that happens sometimes. So there's tons of just like ridiculous fun. Spider-Ham's a huge part of it.
Yeah, he's in a lot. There's a Spider God, like a Spider-Man in one series, I guess, like got
Cosmic Spider-Man, yeah.
And he's pretty much keeping all the Spider-Man
And there's a
safe.
Captain Britain Spider-Man.
Yeah, because of his powers, at least at the time, because if he leaves his universe, he loses his cosmic powers.
Yeah.
So they're all there, kind of like grouping up. They're making an army to fight these guys because they're getting picked off one by one. So it's cool. I don't know if
it's what comics should be. It is so much fun and ridiculous.
It's something that only would be done in comics, and my hat's off to him for doing something because it sounded so stupid. But I was like, I'll read one issue was my thing. I was like, I'll give an idea.
Did you read the Edge of Spider-Verse stuff leading up to it?
No, whatever the first issue was that Marvel put in there.
Because there's some stuff called Edge of Spider-Verse that's sort of an intro to Spider-Man Noir and Gwen, Spider-Gwen, and other stuff like that. There's a mech driving Spider-Man from Japan. There's one that's Peter Parker or something like
that's probably the one that drives
Indian.
the Leopardon mech from Ready Player One, Spider-Man.
But there's an Indian one that's like it's intros to all of them, and then there's another one that is sort of like an actual spider, like a vampire, sort of like eats people. So there's like cool stories like that. He doesn't show up in the Spider-Verse stuff, but he's in the Edge of Spider-Verse.
They ate then because maybe he's on the table. He's an actual spider.
No, he looked well. He normally looks like a person, but when he feeds on people, he turns into a spider-looking thing,
like a giant spider. Because I
think so.
Like
it's been a while, but those are fun as well. Yeah. So if you want to go back or whatnot, those are fun to do.
Yeah, it was definitely one. I was like, I'll read an issue, and the art was really good, and that's kind of what's neat of this is there's a couple issues where they just jump around with different artists. Like there's one where it's all cutesy and very like young looking, almost like the Teen Titan Go, not as cartoony, but very similar to
Young stuff. I don't know if he did any of the stuff on there, but it sounds like his.
He did. It might not be his, but it's like maybe 3 pages of it, because they're jumping around in different universes. So it was really cool. So definitely a recommendation if you want to itch that.
Bunch of Spider-Man going on this week.
Reading. And then the last thing, I've been partaking slightly in it, not as much as Chrissy, but she's been rewatching all of Dexter. And so watching the final couple seasons, rewatched season 4 with Trinity. That's still probably the best season of that show.
Overall, what do you feel about... what do you feel after the second watching? Because I know that not all... You weren't a fan of all the seasons.
No, I still like... the season after Trinity, I got bored, stopped watching. Christy kept putting on with it. I still think, even she's been watching the final season, and I wasn't even going to watch it, but I sat and watched some of it, and it's just not as good because it's one of those stories that it's already kind of a crazy idea, and to keep that story going, you have to get crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
With and how much bad stuff can happen to this one little department of detectives where everyone's wife gets murdered, everyone's girlfriend, if you know someone, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
And it's just getting to that point of where I'm just like, it's still not bad, but it's just gotten more, to me, trashy.
Yeah.
Because Trinity was like the pinnacle. Actually, I'd take that back. The season afterwards with Edward James and Colin Hanks is still a fun season with the Doomsday Killer. That one I really enjoy, especially, just I'm like, oh, there goes Uncle Eddie.
Yeah.
Doing his thing on the screen. But I don't know. Dexter's an okay show. It's definitely a good binge show if you want something to watch. It's got the right amount of like humor with like some tension, and I enjoy it. Why, Mike? Do you still enjoy the final seasons yourself?
I haven't rewatched the show since it ended, so I couldn't be the judge of it. I generally enjoyed all the seasons. I would say more so than most people. I think I got a little more invested into it. There are some seasons that were definitely not great, like the Miguel Prado season of like season 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I'm just not a fan of
season 3. I didn't like very much either.
Yeah, but I think the Edward James Olmos and Colin Hanks season was great.
That was a good season.
I didn't mind the last season just because it was wrapping up the series. And Trinity was obviously amazing and on par with Ice Truck Killer. So
yeah,
overall, and just
I'm curious. Like I never
regret is Dokes died so early.
Yes, especially watching watching as we're finishing this season, because I heard a lot of people were not happy with what ends, and I don't even remember, but how it ends.
Oh yeah.
So apparently they're going to make a movie. Is the rumor?
Yeah, because I heard it was going to be an additional season, and then it's like been truncated into a movie and some other stuff. It would be interesting, but I mean,
I'm curious to see the wrap up of that.
I'm curious to see it, but
I think its time's almost past, though.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's like, well,
these shows, it's
like salt on an old
it's
wound.
like
Deadwood, yeah.
Like these shows, like people love, like Dexter.
Well, or like Firefly. People still want Firefly.
Well, especially
I don't anymore.
No.
Because Netflix, like especially things being on Netflix, it gives a whole new audience that never had Showtime or Stars, whoever that was on that. Kind of opens up more viewers and gives them more reason for them to maybe do something like that.
I had already come to peace with I'm just not going to get a final nation to Deadwood. Well, the way it ended was the way it ended.
Yeah,
shit happens, kind of thing.
Because there is like after so many years, it's like
it's
is
just,
it the
it's
right
just
thing?
easier to move on.
Yeah,
No, absolutely.
Sometimes.
So, but
I think sometimes the creators need their final their closure for some of this stuff.
Yeah, I really wish there were more
if
limited series.
If it can be as good as Serenity, then fuck yeah, do it.
Yeah. But that was pretty. I mean, not immediate, but pretty close to the time when it came out. Deadwood
about 6 years.
Yeah, I was about to say. I
Are
thought
we
it was
going
a
on
while.
a dead?
No, Deadwood's
Was-
like what?
Deadwood's
a decade almost.
I mean, Deadwood's a lot longer. I will fully admit that. But it was a while between the series ending and the movie being released.
Was there 6 years? Was it that long?
When did
I didn't watch it when it first came
Firefly
on.
come out? Like 99, 2000?
I think.
I thought Serenity was like 2003.
But it's the same. Like even
It's
Entourage.
irrelevant.
Entourage was a show that I'd never thought really needed a movie.
Oh, yeah,
still
God.
made a movie.
Or look at Sex in the City.
Yeah, and I have to admit, I actually enjoyed Entourage show. It was a stupid show, but it was one of those things you could put on. It had enough humor, and they were short. They're like 22 minutes. They like, hey, I can watch this for a couple minutes, get a laugh. But then I was like, and it was definitely around the same thing. Around like maybe 10 years, they came out with a movie. You're like,
Firefly was 2002 to 2003, and Serenity was 2005. So it was still
that close.
Yeah, I thought it was closer.
I take it all back.
all right, well that's it from a nerd on. TJ, what do you got?
Well, I mean, segueing off of going back to things that ended a long time ago and
That's you on your segue.
should have probably stayed dead. So I read the
Talking about your sex life.
well, a few months ago a few weeks ago got the Transformers Regeneration 1 trade paperbacks at Second and Charles on the sale.
Uh-huh.
Katie got me the fourth one, so I read all of those this week.
Nice. And this is the IDW series.
Yes, this is this takes up at the end of the original Marvel Comics Transformers run that ended at issue 80.
Okay.
And brings it up to issue 100 and kind of stops there. That the idea was to go those last 20 issues and finish up the story that Simon Furman was wanting to tell at the time. They got the artist that was on there at the time, Andrew Wildman. So they both got together, got to go in there and finish out their thing.
That's cool. Because if you've watched the making what's that show? Making of Toys?
The Toys That Made
Toys That Made Us. You know that most of the Transformers that we know today were made by the comic book people, the guys that wrote that stuff.
Yeah. So, I'm reading this, And there's a huge argument to be made to leave things dead after they've died for a certain length of time.
Mm-hmm.
It just, characters don't seem to get their stride. It seems like there's characters being killed off or.
So you read all 4 of these?
Yeah, I read all 4 of
Have
these.
you read the original run of the Marvel stuff? Okay.
Yeah, I read the original run, and they had ended it a certain way, and it was kind of finished and all, and this was it was kind of good, but this kind of was like, okay, how can we do something that, and I don't know, it's really weird. They incorporated some IDW stuff and some Generation 2 stuff and all kinds of stuff, and it was just really out there. And it's okay if you're a Transformers fan, but it's just kind of...
But if you're not a Transformers fan, you're not going to want to read it.
No. Let's see. I watched Step Brothers this weekend. 10 years too
I'm
late.
Sorry. Is that the first time you've seen it?
Yes.
Oh, man. TJ, you could have gone the rest of your life without seeing it.
I think Step Brothers is a very funny movie.
Yeah.
There are parts that are fun. There's a difference between it being a funny movie and having parts that are funny.
Yeah. I think most of those era Will Ferrell movies have, like, funny parts, but they're not good movies, I don't believe.
Yeah.
I'd like some fancy.
Mike's face sums up Ray's comment. Yet again, listeners, proof that Ray has terrible taste.
And nodding.
Saying yes. Sagely nodding. Yes, Ray, you're so correct. what were some of the funny parts? I would like to know what. Just get, it doesn't have to go into depth, but just give me some Cliff's notes, man. Give me some TJ notes.
It was good.
It's like you can talk about how much you hate something for an entire episode, but give you one good thing. I don't know. It was funny at parts.
I didn't like the movie.
The yard fight.
It made my
was
lips
kind of funny.
Go upwards, and I made this weird noise in my gut that sounded like, and I hate that.
I did like the yard fight. I thought that was pretty fun.
Did you like when they buried John C. Reilly alive?
That was pretty funny too.
I'm alive. What are you doing?
Honestly, I think most of those movies, John C. Reilly doesn't get enough credit. He's like overshadowed by Will Ferrell, but John C. Reilly is hilarious.
Yeah, John C. Reilly's probably the best part of that movie.
I think that's why people...
him and Adam McKay.
Yeah,
people love those movies
really good
because of the chemistry between those two.
Yes.
I mean, they got like another movie coming out
Sherlock
because
Holmes movie.
because like the movies that those guys do together, they have a really good on-screen like comedy dynamic.
Yeah, good
it's like Will Ferrell pretty much plays, like kind of I wouldn't go as far as to say he's like Michael Cera, where he's the Michael Cera in this movie, but Will Ferrell does have kind of a consistent shtick.
Yeah,
he
also has range though, more range than like.
He's a really good actor. But in certain comedic movies, like those types of movies, he just has like
his thing that he does.
Consistent character. It's being loud, and looking slightly cross-eyed and saying ignorant things,
very off, like weird things. Like
what are you doing? Like just
you almost got nunchuck. You don't even know.
You don't even know. Yeah, like that's kind of his thing. But John C. Reilly. Although he has kind of a consistent shtick as well, I feel like he has an acting range to, he's different and complementary to that Will Ferrell role in every movie. He's the shake and bake. I think that is an apt description for the movies they have together.
I think a lot of people would maybe disagree, but I put John C. Reilly almost on the same level as like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
John C. Reilly is an amazing actor. They're actually coming out with what was it? I think it's an Abbott Costello movie, but it's got John C. Reilly and Steve Coogan.
Oh wow!
As Abbott and Costello, and it looks amazing. But he was in that World War II movie, that Thin Red Line.
Yeah, well, he's also incredible. Have you Magnolia by P.T. Anderson?
Yeah,
he's incredible in that.
Boogie Nights,
incredible in that.
Hell, what Gangs of New York?
Gangs of New York.
He's great.
I haven't seen that in years. I need to watch that again.
No, he's definitely the actor. I think he was more of a serious actor, and then he got into comedy. And I might be wrong, but I always remember seeing him in serious roles.
It just, because I think that initially,
like Boogie Nights,
he got roles kind of based on his kind of menacing or kind of everyman appearance. And then because
Chicago, he was great in Chicago.
Because if you look, I mean, this could be just an off observation, but when he gets into comedy, he always uses the mean face, usually, or like he's tough or just an asshole.
Well, he's got that cocksureness, but there's also a lot of self-doubt behind it. Like, it's a front.
Yeah.
He does a really good front of acting tough. And that's why I like John C. Reilly's
Dr. Steve Brule.
But anyway, so that's why you thought the movie was great.
Well, I'm glad that Step Brothers was able to commandeer your Nerd On.
Yeah. Been watching a lot of Forensic Files.
Is there an episode with Will Ferrell in it by any chance, or John C. Reilly?
Unfortunately, no.
There's one with Phil Hartman, though, unfortunately. Because that's when he got murdered.
Too soon.
Yeah, 19 whatever will never be too far away.
Did I just get shot?
Troy McClure here.
And last but certainly not least, my Gladiator Hulk came in.
My sex tape.
I saw that thing walk by. Well, I walked by it, but it was big enough to walk the fuck by.
Yeah. It
That thing was huge, man. That thing could whip my ass.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
It's incredibly large. It comes with hammers that I can actually use to build things.
And full on, that's what she said.
Yes.
I said that.
That is way bigger than I ever thought it would be.
Sex tape.
But I'll have some pictures. I've taken a photo shoot with it.
Sex tape.
No.
It's a TJ and it laying down in a bed together.
Like he's butt naked, but the Hulk is covering King Kong, like Burt Reynolds on the pillow.
Is 1/6 size as well.
And maybe this week we might be shooting a video on it to do our first kind of NWGLS review, right?
Ooh, maybe, yeah. I'll need to get my stuff back from
maybe
Nathan.
mine will be in, and we can what
you got coming in?
Like break it and do a stress test mine, and then you leave yours nice and pristine.
Yeah,
just so
well, yours sealed up in a box, so
yeah, that's good too. My Hulk is coming in. I got one too.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Mike, number one, so glad that you're here. If you listen to the episode tomorrow, you'll hear where I give you a lot of thanks. You don't have to make your nerd on about you finding a sweet deal on Ray-Bans. We already talked about that a lot.
Yes.
Covered it.
They tried to hack me again.
Hacked. We'll use hacking those prices.
I mean, I know I sound like a 57-year-old person, in the phone store.
They hacked it,
but they hacked my Instagram account. All to hawk reasonably priced Ray-Bans that I bought many of myself.
Because you hacked those prices down.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, going with your nerd on.
Sorry, I'm belching up a lot of
beer.
Yeah.
This is a burpy beer.
It is.
Yeah, Yingling is made with a lot of air.
It's made with a lot of burps.
I like my beer like I like the top half of my potato chip bag. Full of air.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
funny enough, that's not the first conversation we've had about that today.
No.
Okay, so I as well saw Step Brothers. Played some Nintendo last night.
What a coincidence! The two people here saw
what
Step
are the
Brothers.
motherfucking odds, right? One of the cool thing is though,
we were not sitting on each other's laps.
Yeah, we were.
Contrary to pictures,
I got
on the
lured
internet.
into the back of the house by Mike McCarthy, who was the gracious host that night, and he has set up this time capsule. It's got like a giant Magnavox television, like big CRTV, big box in speaker television, VHS, Laserdisc, record player.
The television everyone's parents always had, and if you were really lucky, you got a new TV and you got to put it on top of this one.
You probably didn't actually ever watch that TV. You had a TV on top.
Really, you just throw like a shawl or like a throw over the tube, and it's a damn buffet table right there.
Exactly.
Buddy.
It's also funny too to see these like. Later in the 90s and whatever 80s and 90s, they got kind of cheap looking, but like some of them were really fancy and really nice.
Yeah, like especially like the 70s, 80s one. Yeah, they just had a lot better.
Mike just had a stroke. Sorry.
camera off microphone. I just spilled a beer into my computer, which derailed us for about an hour.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad.
But TVs used to be cool.
Yeah. It was a light beer, so it wasn't too harmful to the computer.
The computer's only partially drunk.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just there's just something about it. It was definitely a nostalgia trip, and we were watching RoboCop on VHS, so it looked like it did when I was a kid. That and something's to be said about it. I don't know. It was a really unique experience, and I really enjoyed
Having
it.
to adjust the tracking and all that stuff.
All you needed was some beer-soaked daddy kisses.
Well, it just TJ.
I was going to say, there's something to be said about watching an older movie on its kind of original format almost.
Yeah, especially like '89 Batman.
Yeah.
I feel like on VHS would be amazing.
I want it with the original Warner Brothers, where Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck,
comes in and tells you about that catalog.
and they do the
Diet Coke commercial.
hide some of the merch, yes, and the Diet Coke.
Yeah, so that was just it was really cool.
drive-through.
Especially when I remember on one of my
TJ knows what's up.
Yeah.
one of my birthdays, I had a party, and I think
Nobody came.
and I was able to rent RoboCop and watch it for the first time. And my dad missed it when the titties were in the dance club because it was just real quick. So
Just
got
the dance
away with
club,
it.
huh?
Because there was a dance club titties, and then there was a locker room titties.
Oh, I thought there was
Yeah,
some
I've
on the Coke on the table when old Clarence Boddicker gets shot up too.
No, I think those girls had.
Did they have tops on?
Pasties.
I think they had tops on. I can't remember. Oh, jeez, Mister. I say I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake all the time.
First titties you saw on movies. Go.
I think it was Under Siege.
Under Siege.
Steven Seagal just pops out of the cake.
Robo Jocks for me.
Robo Jocks, yeah. The first memorable titties that I remember was Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Eric Eleniak and Under Siege.
We had cable from a young age, so it had to have been like Emmanuel 6 or something like that on Cinemax.
Stripes.
Oh,
Right.
God.
The shower scene.
I don't even remember that.
Where John Larroquette's looking through binoculars into the women's shower. He's like, yeah, just rub the suds on. I'm like, okay, then.
Just the things you wouldn't get away with nowadays.
Oh, God, no.
So, also this week on Friday night, I got to watch The Meg with Jason Statham.
I want to see that stupid movie. Was it fun?
It surprisingly was pretty good. You can clearly tell it was a American or at least a partial Chinese production because the co-star was Chinese. There was like a romance. It was very odd, but very cool at the same time. TJ?
Was Dwight, Rainn Wilson, was he basically Dwight in this?
No, he was like the rocker. Like he was like that. Pretty much. So,
Mike, I don't want to derail too much, but speaking of The Meg, a movie that most people are going to think is terrible, I had someone actually approach me and talk about the movie Battleship and how good it was. And I was like, who the fuck told you?
Looked a lot like you just had a bigger mustache.
Yeah. It was some guy that walked into the store.
his name was Lykel Mom and
Yes, I was about to say.
And he just randomly walked up and said, "Excuse me, sir, but the movie Battleship is a rather well flick." And then walked out. I walked away. And I was like,
I did my PhD thesis on it.
"The movie was highly underrated. You should give that in high school high a try."
Did that really happen though?
Yes.
Exactly like that.
Subtract everything I said except for someone said, "Hey, Battleship was a pretty good movie," and I was like, "Fuck."
So how did this come up? I'm
Exactly.
curious.
Because we were
That's
talking
my
about The
question.
Meg.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, I want to see The Meg. It looks so dumb. She was like, yeah, I bet it's going to be good. A lot like Battleship. Everyone
Hold
thought
on.
it was going to be stupid. And that was a really good movie. Yeah, it was at work. It was a girl I worked with.
Okay.
Well.
that you
Match
work with.
made in heaven. Matchmaker, you gotta get some digits for a boy over
Yeah.
here.
But anyway, so The Meg was a fun movie, though.
Yeah, it was really good. The CG was
Battleship good?
You know, I would say around the same level. It was really entertaining. There were some pretty cool sections, some pretty cool visuals. Overall, it was not a bad movie. I enjoyed it. I don't think I'll ever see it again, but I enjoyed the experience.
Nice.
There's something very interesting about it, though. When we were watching the...
There's a prehistoric dinosaur swimming around killing stuff. That is pretty interesting.
That's pretty blasé. It's been done before. No, specifically...
Pacifically? You know, like in the ocean?
Specifically.
Anyway, sorry.
I was going to say something like, the movie takes place here, but I don't really remember. No, it was in the Marianas Trench. Regardless, what I found was interesting was the director, John Turtletop. I'm like, that name's really familiar. So I looked back, and this guy has had a huge positive and huge negative effect on my childhood and formative years.
Okay, I'm excited about this.
I'm going to run you through some good ones.
Okay.
Three Ninjas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Yes.
Oh, I love
Cool Runnings.
Yes.
Instinct.
Yes.
Okay. Now, The Kid, starring Bruce Willis. Both national treasures.
Hey,
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, that was terrible.
Never saw that.
Yeah, so
Man.
he's become a vehicle for Nick Cage at his worst times.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. The dude fucking directed Three Ninjas. It blows me
Well, I
away.
had to say, The National Treasure wasn't that one of Nick Cage's biggest movies? I thought that was
Yeah.
like a huge.
It was a big Disney
franchise.
movie.
for a
Hey,
while.
just because it's big doesn't mean it's good.
I
That's what I
enjoyed
tell
it.
myself. But, you know, but he also did a really badass movie with the Barbarian brothers in the 80s called Think Big, where they were like truckers.
Dude, I remember that.
Yeah, it's fucking badass. That was his first movie he directed before
Yeah,
Three
okay.
Ninjas.
When you sent a picture of that, I think earlier.
Did it to jog your memory?
Yes, I was like, holy fuck! I totally forgot about that.
It was like classic bonehead 80s movie. It's awesome. I really enjoyed it. I say that a lot. That's my phrase. I really enjoyed it. I really must say.
I say things are fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Fuck fun.
We went to a comic convention, obviously, because I hang out with these people. Had a blast. I know this whole thing's been about nostalgia, but huge nostalgia, trip. Saw a copy of Flashback on Genesis. I haven't played or seen that game in 20
my
years.
God.
Fucking crazy. Some original real Ghostbusters, an Ecto-1, a Technodrome, a full Toy Biz Batcave. No, it was a Kenner Batcave, I think.
Kenner.
Yeah, with like the manor and everything. It looks so fucking cool. A couple Hot Toys there, but I don't got the Hot Toys money right now, and I've got quite a lot on pre-order, so I stayed away from them. But
Yeah, I was weighing options. I was like, no, I'll just put this towards
there's just too
Iceland.
much shit I got now,
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll worry about it afterwards. I'll revisit this after Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm such an adult. I hate it. Just gonna just drive my truck into the river and collect insurance. No, I won't do that. It's just fucking. I'm done.
Ray will edit that out for you.
Throw my phone away. I'm done with this shit. So I really enjoyed that. Okay, it took you a second. So let me pull the rest of my nerd on back up. But it was a lot of fun. I always enjoy comic conventions. Got to spend the day with my friends, Ray and TJ. Also got to spend with Lacey and Mike, our other friends. Got to eat some good food, hang out at a mall. I haven't been to a mall, and I can't remember when the last time I've been to a mall, other than Lake City Mall, and that just doesn't count.
Nope.
And then lastly, I have been fucking obsessed with the QuakeCon release footage of the Doom gameplay, Doom Eternal gameplay. Did any of you guys watch that video?
I
I
did
have
not
not,
get a chance.
unfortunately.
No, I saw some gifs of it. I take that back. I didn't watch the video, but I'm on Reddit, so I see a lot of hype.
All you
around it.
saw was him drag the dude over to the fucking thing,
That was a cool one.
which is cool, but you know what else is cool? The entire video.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it 20, 30 minutes, Mike?
It's a 26-minute video, but what's great about streaming and buffering, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but at the very bottom of the bar, there is this red bar with a dot, and you can actually drag it to any point in the video, so you don't actually have to watch the whole thing. It's not like an 8-track. It's really convenient.
Why are you doing this to me?
It's a pro tip, man.
Why?
Because I'm mad nobody watched my video.
You're not on. You haven't used technology that
Nobody
much.
Nobody watches my videos.
Since
It
you were in
makes
that
me
bomb
sad.
shelter.
To be fair, I don't watch anyone's videos.
No,
I mean, I don't
couldn't
either,
remember how
but they're
long
my
it was, so.
videos. No, so it's
It's really determined by when the video it gets sent to us when I watch it.
Yeah, because I was working on comic stuff since he sent that.
sorry. I'll send it to you Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You'll definitely see it.
No, he won't.
Okay,
We'll see.
Yeah, you will. But I really enjoyed that. There's a lot of murdering of demons, a lot of new abilities, a new suit, new weapons, new enemies.
Did you see the picture? It shows the first, or not the first, but the last Doom. The what do they call him? Just the Marine,
They call him the Slayer.
the Slayer, and then the new one, and like how they got the exposed arms and stuff. They're like, that's pretty much the women's. Same as when they do a lady where she has the battle armor, it just covers her boobs and her like vagina, like showing all those arms off and stuff. It's all sexy. But then I didn't realize the original Slayer from way back in the day, he had like a tank top. His abs were exposed.
His abs were shows the armor only covered his vital organs.
Yeah.
It didn't cover his guts, which are quite vital.
Yeah, I was going to
As
say,
well.
Which is like the most fucking badass in the stupidest way.
Well, Master Chief doesn't have it either, although he does have a shield and a force field shield.
I'll be honest, I was sitting here, I don't know the difference between Duke Nukem, Doom, and there's one more. Wolfenstein.
Well, weren't
Yet-
they
yet
all
again-
ID software games back in the day?
Yet again, listener, another reason not to trust Ray
Yeah.
with his suggestions about
Beer
Parks and
spilling,
Rec. Beer spilling.
half-ass knowledge knowing.
Excellent, fabulous, good times.
Yep.
Sorry, Ray, or Mike. Continue.
It's just a lot of new abilities in the game, new options for combos.
I heard the cool thing where other players can come into your game as demons and you have to fight them.
Yeah, they can come in as like teams of demons and hunt you in the
That's
level.
pretty cool.
But you get a new shoulder-mounted cannon that's on a cooldown, kind of like a Predator. You also have a knife that's kind of telescopic that shoots out of your hand now. And then your super shotgun has something called a meat hook, where you can drag enemies to you, or you can go to them. And you also have options, I think, to triple jump as well. So they're really upping your mobility in the game. And
Jesus.
with the Doom, obviously, the new Doom series, the key is to move constantly.
Yeah.
And if anybody ever decides to watch it, it is just a violent, amazing trailer. And I can't wait for it. That and The Last of Us, those are the games I really want to play. That's my nerd on.
All right, cool. Now, I need to watch it because I watched the original Doom gameplay whenever that was coming out, and it got me fucking very excited. So, apologies for not watching it by now.
Can I add one thing to my own? I just remembered. Started Mr. Mercedes. You'd been talking about it for a while.
Cool.
Got about 5 hours left into it, and I've already bought Finders Keepers and End of Watch also with
Nice.
credits. So
I got Finders Keepers. I've been listening to Hardcore History still, but I need to break off. Once I finally finish the Great War, I'll probably get back to it.
26 hours of podcast.
It's a lot of
and
podcasts.
I'm enjoying Mr. Mercedes with the back and forth cat and mouse between.
Good.
Oh God, I forgot his name. Hodges and Brady.
Yeah. No, it's fun, right?
Tom Brady,
Mhm.
the Deflatrix, it's conspiracy.
All right. We're going to go to the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce you to the newsman of the evening, Jimmy Ray Hancock. Come on now, he's with the news. You're gonna read the news now. Jimmy Ray is with the news. Hey Ray, what type of news you got tonight? Well, I hope it's good, 'cause it's Ray with the news. Here we go. Ray's with the news, child. Ray's reading the news, child. Ray's reading the news, child. Ray's reading the news, child.
So, we got some news for you. Let's start it off. Stan Lee officially retires from public signings.
About
Good for
goddamn
him.
time.
This has been coming for a while. The
Yeah.
man's 95 now.
Yeah.
96, 95, I don't remember.
don't
But
know.
old, and they were working him like a damn horse out there, with just hours and hours doing these
Yeah.
signings and all. And I mean, $100, $200 a pop, I get it, but
mean, it's,
homeboy's gotta chill some.
Yeah, I mean it's expected. I mean it's not anything. It's a huge surprise, but
Yeah.
it's kind of a sad day though. It's like
I hope he still makes appearances because it seems like he likes doing like the panels and talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the 8 hours plus
Yeah.
of signing stuff and that's too much. We don't want to lose old Stan from him being overworked. So
no.
enjoy not doing that, Stan. Because
Yeah.
I know you listen.
Get some rest, buddy. I think you've earned it.
Yeah.
WWE Superstar Kane is now a mayor.
Yeah, old news, but yeah.
This is what our world's coming to.
Yeah, because it was weird when
He-
Jesse Ventura was a mayor.
He ran on the
Yeah,
or
governor
Yeah.
of Minnesota.
He ran on the platform day. He's going to choke slam everything back.
But I think it Knox County, Tennessee.
Yeah.
That
What
is
is- yeah.
correct.
Yeah, Glenn Jacobs from a lot of that.
Do they have county mayors?
I guess so.
No, he's a mayor of a town
In the
a city
county.
In the county.
Knox County. Yeah.
Okay, I sound
but-
really stupid,
but,
but I just didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's a good question because it is Tennessee. So
You can never
Well,
tell.
Louisiana has parishes, and what the fuck
do.
is that?
Now it's Canasee.
But apparently he's from just random interviews I've listened to from other wrestlers.
a
Apparently
second.
one of the smartest
Yeah, it did.
people that anybody has met in wrestling, and he's built his own
Probably
money
pretty
up
high
from
bar.
outside. Huh?
Probably a pretty high bar.
Well, the dude's been financial in real estate and other venues outside of wrestling. So one of the few that actually decided, hey, I got to do something because wrestling's not going to support me my whole life.
yeah.
But
Just like
he's
his
very
knees.
political also. He's one of the guys that has not been plagued by injuries his entire career. So
Well, I mean,
But,
his shtick was just go out and not do anything except stand still and just be an unstoppable force.
I know.
Yeah, if,
So, I mean-
if people
I
aren't
know.
knocking you off the top ropes, then you're going to be fine.
Exactly.
But yeah, so
I'll just stand here and be invincible.
Yeah.
I just want to
That's the
say,
character, right?
Kane and Mankind tag team was the best tag team ever.
Mankind is getting the ever-loving shit whipped out of him.
No, they were tag team partners for like a small.
Did Mankind get the ever-loving shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mankind got the shit
Always.
up beat out of
Always.
him, and Kane was the unstoppable
That's
force.
back when Kane didn't talk, or he would use the voice, Mr. McMahon.
get his little voice box.
I always find those funny. I know I shouldn't, but I find those so hilarious.
What's
Uncle
funny,
Ned.
now, it's not, those aren't funny. The impressions of people it always makes them sound like they're a robot who just has motion sickness.
No.
Oh, Mr. McMahon.
Sickness robot.
No, I'm serious. I'll watch this like cancer commercials, like don't smoke because you'll end up like oh my god.
Lady who talks
can't
and
take this
belches.
I
seriously.
can't fucking edit the whole goddamn every fucking line in this podcast to you
Look,
guys.
she chose to smoke. That was what happened to her.
All right. Anyway, what else? Is
God damn. So we talked about a couple of weeks ago, Batwoman is coming to CW. They're going to get a show. They cast Batwoman, Ruby Rose, who you may know from Pitch Perfect 3.
Nope. No.
Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage.
John
Wick.
John Wick 2, and Orange is the New Black.
Oh, it's all boo.
So she's going to be the new Batgirl.
You didn't like John Wick too?
Well, kind of. I like the first one better.
Okay.
First one was definitely a lot better. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the only thing I watched of those that I remember, I don't remember her in Orange is the New Black, but I watched John
She's
Wick.
in the third season, I think. She's the tatted girl that
She
comes
is.
in.
Oh, she was the
I
killer.
know. She was in the Meg.
What-
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go then.
I don't think she's the strongest actress. She's definitely
She's-
an action
Yeah.
lady.
Well, it's CW.
It's
Yeah.
CW
True.
television.
That's very
as
true.
much as great
Very
as
true.
Stephen Amell is, like to his fans and everything, not a
Hey.
strong actor.
Big
No.
surprise. She had to delete her Twitter after fan backlash
Oh
What?
gosh, this is becoming a horrible thing.
following gay
Dumbasses.
Batwoman backlash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What a
no,
bunch
usually-
Wait, they're mad about?
dumbasses.
Is she going to be a lesbian in this?
I don't know.
Or-
I don't know if they're saying
Yeah, I
she
think
looks
so.
like
Yeah.
a lesbian,
because I
or
think
if
she's a lesbian in real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
She was
she
gonna
is.
be-
and
open-
Batwoman.
Batwoman is.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the fans, of course, are just going to hate on it. so.
What? There are
Yeah.
some dick ass fans.
Well,
out there.
and
if
I-
you're being a dick ass fan, stop it.
Please.
pull the
hard.
dick out your
Stop
ass.
being a uneducated fuck.
Let people
Yeah.
be the way they is.
Showtime confirmed the Master Chief will be the lead character in the new Halo series. I know that
Wait,
was.
this is still going on?
What do you mean?
The Halo series?
Yeah,
Wow.
on Showtime.
When is this supposed to start?
Oh gosh. So
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is the second time I've heard about it.
We did that comic book convention, and I am not usually
fine.
super prepared. I'm even less prepared now.
So, I mean, are they getting
2020.
an actor that
Wow.
just doesn't talk a lot?
I like my release dates like I like my vision.
Exactly. So you know we
I like my Mad Dog.
man, Chuck hasn't had any Mad Dog in a while.
That's why he's so frumpy.
Good.
That's it. That's it.
When's your birthday, Chuck?
Here's what
Already
else.
passed.
Any day he has Mad Dog
When's
2020
your
is his
next birthday?
He only gets one ever.
Cinco de Mayo.
Well, I mean, next week could be a birthday for him.
Exactly.
It's a half birthday.
What if Chuck was only a year old and he just like was birthed in his Winsong apartment? He just came out of the refrigerator or something,
His apartment is his mother.
and he's just like a
He was birthed by that purple.
37-year-old baby.
So, Chuck, what's your favorite color?
He just woke up driving his Ranger.
Not flavor. What's your favorite, color of Mad Dog?
No, just what's your favorite color? That's what flavor you're getting.
He was
If you don't
found,
say anything, you're just going to get green.
he was found naked, covered in goop, and they gave him a sweet pair of Abercrombie pants.
I don't have any bird flavor.
It's like
Mad Dog.
for every child you take, you shall gain a bird. Also, the Ranger has a half tank of gas.
Now be gone, child.
Go practice your craft by butchering swine and fowl.
All right.
And cattle.
So
Cattle.
we've talked
Mainly
about
cattle.
the Netflix Witcher series that's going to be coming out.
Starring Mads Mikkelsen.
Geralt, the character in The Witcher, apparently Henry Cavill has said that he's very interested in playing that character.
That's
on
interesting.
it. Yeah, because that's a big time actor.
Big time.
I don't
And-
think he's a good actor, though.
I couldn't. Did you see the new Mission Impossible?
I did.
I haven't seen it yet. How was he in it?
I have never seen his range.
Does he have a range? Because
Has he been allowed to have one yet?
He
That's the other thing.
he just kind of is like slightly sensitive or slightly overconfident man of few words.
But isn't that Geralt, though?
I have never played The Witcher. I want to. I want to play 3.
He says it's one of his favorite games. So
A lot of people who play The Witcher really enjoy it.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I think
And
it's like Skyrim meets Dark Souls, but way not as hard.
So Cavill's wanting to do what again?
He's wanting to play the main character of the Witcher series in a live action
Netflix series.
Netflix series.
That's not crazy. I mean,
But
honestly,
I thought Mads
No.
Mikkelsen's playing that for Netflix. But Cavill wants to play it?
He's not beefy enough, I think.
yeah, Geralt's kind of a big guy, but I mean,
I just don't-
I'm was Mads playing that role already?
I thought he was just
Yeah.
in it. I don't know if he's actually playing
He's
it.
focused heavily throughout the trailer, so yeah, he's going to be Geralt.
There's a trailer?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure I watched it.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so this
Unless
must
it was
be
like a fanfic.
No, that was whatever we watched because
it was definitely the Netflix
it
trailer.
had preview of the dates in it. Or
Mhm.
no, it's so maybe he wants to come in as someone else.
Maybe he's gonna
or
be
maybe
old.
maybe he. I mean, it was with
Maybe he's older, Geralt.
so he may just want to
Be part
want
of
to
it.
do it, but too late.
Yeah, this is something that I'm.
Just
I'm
make me
into.
a beefy, indestructible guy who can fly.
I'm looking up Mad stuff, and I don't see like on IMDb. I don't see his name on The Witcher at all.
Gotcha.
So I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
we'll see what happens. I
We'll
guess.
do some research and come back
Yeah,
to it.
yeah. Jon Favreau is working on that new Star Wars
Swingers
show.
2.
No, he's working on that new Star Wars show. It's going to get 10 episodes. It's going to be on the new Disney streaming service, whatever that turns out to be. It looks like they're going to get $100 million to do 10 episodes.
Jesus.
So that's
Who's going to get $100 million? Are you saying a budget or somebody's going to get paid that?
no, they're going to get a budget of $100 million to do 10 episodes of.
That's a lot of money.
And
yeah.
it's rumored that it might be set on Mandalore after the fall of the Empire. So
What's
That
even
could
on
be
Mandalore?
interesting.
Hasn't Mandalore fallen by then?
Not yet. If you watch Rebels and Clone Wars,
I think I'm getting
see
my
a lot
I think
about-
I'm getting my KOTOR lore mixed up with current year.
probably.
Well, it's all in the past.
yeah.
Long time
But yeah,
ago.
Clone Wars and Rebels goes into what's going on with Mandalore.
Mhm.
You got kind of a hint at it with the Solo movie, if any of you have
That's
seen
true.
it. Because Darth Maul had taken over Mandalore during Clone Wars, and then it's unknown what really happened to him after Sidious took him and I forget his name, but it doesn't matter because he died anyway.
Yeah.
But after Sidious took care of him and his brother on Mandalore, so.
And I just was kind of curious when you said 100 million. So I pulled up Game of Thrones, and that's about the budget for a season of them now.
Oh, wow.
It's about $100 million.
That's a hell of a budget.
The first season, I guess, averaged about $2 million an episode. Or, around $2 million an episode, give or take. And the newer ones are around $10 million an episode.
Good
because
Lord.
if you're going to do battles,
CGI dragons are expensive, and
this is Star
extras.
Wars.
and it's Star Wars, and it's Disney.
Yeah,
It's
so
not like they're...
and it's going to be on their streaming service, so they probably want to have a couple of big
lucrative
things. Yeah,
This is a big ass budget,
And only
dude.
10 episodes. This is going to be their headline thing.
yeah. Jon Favreau. I mean, that's a big name already.
Oh, yeah.
What I am
Help
excited
RDJ's in it.
What I am excited about is it is a 10 episode series, so hopefully that means a complete story, start, finish, and just leave it be.
I don't
I
remember if
doubt
this
that.
is a rumor or something we talked about 10 years ago that doesn't even come into play anymore, but I thought that I had heard that it was supposed to be like each season was something different.
I could go with that too, but I just want something that's not. I want a complete story. Just go start, finish, and be done with.
This is it.
Yeah,
We don't have to
Don't make up
expand this
shit.
and
yeah. Don't make up shit to make the story to make the seasons go longer.
Wish they'd do that, but I just highly doubt they would do it. They're going to want to make something lucrative that'll have people coming
Well, if
back.
they do like an anthology thing, like one season's this, one season, kind of like True Detective.
Yeah.
In that respect.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I'm all for when shows do that. It's just you don't see as many shows do that because I don't think it's the as maybe successful. Because besides True Detective, which only did 2 seasons, the only other show I can think that does that that's successful is American Horror Story.
Yeah. Which Disney owns.
Yeah.
Through,
You know who
because it
should
runs
have
on
done
NBC.
that? Stranger Things.
Because then you wouldn't have to get a tattoo at
Exactly.
some indeterminate point in the
I've
future.
been trying to schedule a tattoo.
We just need to get Jade.
Yeah, that's who I've been trying to schedule with, but he keeps changing his times. That
I
he can
think he
do
doesn't
stuff.
want to give you a tattoo.
That's probably. Oh man, yeah, I'm open.
I don't
Oh
want
man,
to
sorry
touch that
about
old dick's arm.
that. So let's
Gonna have to get a bunch of wrinkle stretchers out.
So let's talk a little bit about DC movies. We've got the Birds of Prey film coming out. So that's going to be Harley's going to be in that, and we talked about that a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
It looks like the main baddie in that is going to be the Black Mask.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's an interesting one because we haven't gotten that Black Mask in anything really. I don't even know if we've gotten animated films with that.
You got
Yeah,
Black
he has-
Mask in the Vigi games.
Yeah.
Man. I think
He
that's
has
a
been in
bit
an animated film too.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah, the was
Mask of the Black Mask has him.
no the was it Death in the Family one where Jason Todd or Return of the Red Hood or something like
Okay.
that.
No, that one's been a while.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Black Mask was in the
Yeah.
Red Hood.
And we've also heard that there's going to be a Supergirl movie, and the writer that did Cloverfield Paradox is going to be working on the script for that.
Okay,
So that's a new thing that we've
that was
got.
decent.
Did they say are they going to be using the C-Dub people or are they is a completely independent project?
No, we don't know yet if it's going to be how it's going to be connected to the DC Extended Universe, because now we have
Probably
DCEU and we have, I forget what they're calling it, like the Joker movie and stuff like that. That's separate.
EEU.
Yeah, I think they've come up with a name for it, but I don't know what it is right now. I can't remember right now.
Dark Universe.
Ezra Miller's Flash is set to
Bad guy
begin
world.
production in February.
This was the one that was supposed to be called Flashpoint at one point,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes,
February. Okay.
February they're going to start with all of that.
Cool.
So that'll be, I think November is when Aquaman comes out.
Yeah.
That's
So-
badass.
Is it supposed to be Flashpoint still, or they changed that?
I'm checking now.
I never heard anything different, so I think
haven't
they're probably
either.
still running
Yeah.
with that.
Okay, I'm fine with it.
Curious is what I'm curious to see what'll happen.
Yeah. So, Sony had been talking about the Black and Silver movie that they were going to do that was Black Cat and Silver Sable. That's canceled.
Oh,
because
surprise.
I don't care, man.
but it's canceled because they're going to do 2 solo movies instead.
Oh man, the first one didn't do so hot. Why are they making 2 more solo movies?
So they're going to be doing a Silver Sable movie.
What's the Kessel Run 2?
And they're going to be doing a Black Cat movie.
No, they're not.
And
That's actually what Ray's making. And he just keeps on putting it. You guys really should watch this Black Cat movie. It's made by Marvelous Films.
And they also announced this week that they're going to do another Spider-Man spin-off called Jackpot. And
what a tangled web they weave.
I feel like I'm relatively well versed in Spider-Man lore and
But not
comics.
the Spider-Verse.
But I had no clue who Jackpot was, and I went reading up on this, and apparently she has been in like 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 issues.
Yeah, it's Sony just throwing shit on a wall and saying,
it's the same thing.
Oh, that's stuck.
They're doing this Venom movie. They're going to do it no matter what. It's coming out. We're going to have that. But then they've already announced this Morbius. Now they're saying, well, we're also going to do a Black Cat and a Silver Sable, and we're going to do this
Just
Jackpot.
like that all-male Ghostbusters reboot.
Guys, I got an idea for a Spider-Man movie. It'll be called MC Spider-Man. And he's like, yo, I'm about to check this Spider-Verse.
Really?
no.
Ouch.
Swing and a miss.
So I got a pretty good laugh out of Ray.
He laughs just about
It was a
anything.
courtesy laugh.
One out of 4 people thought it was funny.
If your Beer Me That CD gets a laugh about a quarter of the time, yeah.
Oh, man.
1 out of 4 times my puns laugh.
Hold on, your puns laugh.
Hey,
nervous.
I have a theory on this. I was just thinking about this.
On
This-
Nathan?
no one
No, the
cares.
Not
Sony
being
thing.
funny?
The Sony thing.
Or right
I
about
have a
the
theory.
Parks and Rec?
It's true.
No, the okay, so right before Fox was bought by Disney, they kept announcing
Here comes
all
your
these
old
X-Men
man
movies.
conspiracy.
No, hear me out. Hear me out.
We have no choice.
They started announcing all these X-Men movies, like Gambit movie with Channing Tatum, and
That Ray's still mad.
the
Yeah.
New Mutants movie that's
Tanning
practically
X-Force.
finished, quote unquote.
X-Force was one.
X-Force and all this stuff.
Sony has like before all the other
But hold
before
on,
Marvel
though.
did the Spider-Man stuff with them. Sony did because there was supposed to be the Aunt May movie,
Sinister Six.
Sinister Six. There was going to be the Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield.
Oh, you're not letting
Yeah.
TJ fully put out his conspiracy theory that
Oh, yeah,
Sony
yeah.
is putting a bunch of trash to get bought. I already know where you're going
Yes.
with this.
Don't make them
Exactly.
pull out the board with their wedge string and the tacks and everything.
I've got it right here.
How did I not see that flipped over in the corner? Jesus.
So anyway, that's my theory on it.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, to make them look like, oh, look at what we're doing so good. Look at all these things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because
Quick, get them to buy before Venom comes out.
no,
We're doomed.
Sony is the Guillermo del Toro of movie companies. You know, they're the Darren Aronofsky. Hey, we're gonna do this. Nah, JK, I'm out. Hey, we're gonna do this.
Okay.
Nah, JK, I'm out. Hey, we're gonna do this. Nah, JK, I'm out. Wolverine, RoboCop, Darren Aronofsky did dick.
I feel like they're more the Uwe Boll of the superhero movies, but
At least Uwe Boll fucking delivered. Every single piece of shit he promised to bring out, he laid in all its steaming glory for everyone to see. Sony is a lot of fucking smoke and mirrors, is what they are.
Yeah.
It might have been a piece of
we're
shit.
going to leave a piece of
It might
shit.
have been a piece of shit, but god damn it, he made it.
Since we've been doing this podcast, though, that's like what we've all talked about this all the time. Sony does this shit all the time. Mike's completely right.
I just realized you're in an executive chair from work.
He's been here for like an hour. All right.
I've been all fucking incensed about Sony's shitty bet hedging tactics.
Ant-Man and the Wasp are going to be the last Marvel film released to Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised? No.
Not
No,
surprised.
because of the new Disney streaming. I mean,
I'm surprised
It's old
actually
news.
Infinity
Hulu
War
version
and Ant-Man and Wasp are going on
I'm
there.
real surprised by that,
I
honestly.
think it was their contract.
Yeah.
They because even Solo will go on Netflix.
Yeah, but I'm still surprised at that.
They got a contract. They got to.
I know.
What do you guys think? I would say in like 5 to 10 years, Netflix is going to be nothing but original content and like
The Office.
crackle level entertainment.
I mean, when
I
the
think,
That'll
it
be
has,
all
I think it
that's
has
left.
too many like
it will,
profit shares
yeah.
and everything. Like it's the one.
you know what unless
It's the iPod.
I'm not saying it's going to go away. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
it's going to have almost all that content gone from it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bunch of bullshit that no one cares about, and all of Netflix's television
Well,
shows.
How many years?
I would say 5 to 10.
Well, in all fairness,
5
I mean,
years.
Netflix
Sounds
plan has been to become about original content. That's why they
Yeah.
release so much,
Yeah.
because they want you to see the value in coming to them for their content, and then you also have the other stuff to watch.
Yeah, because they've seen this on the horizon.
they've known these contracts were running out.
Almost
And they were
every-
also so expensive.
Almost every single corporation is doing this, though. They're like, even non-entertainment based corporations are looking to generate their own content.
Oh yeah,
Providers
to do that.
specifically.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's just at least Netflix has they're first to the table that did it well, and they've maintained quality. So I think they're going to be the hardest to pull away from, to get people to cut that subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll probably be for most people the last one, as long as they keep
Well,
delivering.
especially older people.
Yeah,
That are
have
just
Netflix.
getting a Netflix account, you
Yeah,
know?
the ones that are just getting it now will never.
What do you
get rid
mean
of it.
it's I've heard about the Netflix for years.
All those people that are still on cable that finally go over to Netflix?
It's like,
I'm
what
surprised
were
how
these
many-
assholes talking about? There's nothing on here. What the hell's a Stranger Thing? Where's Murphy Brown?
Well, Stranger Things will be on there.
Well, I'm saying they're not going to
They
know
don't
what
know what that
Stranger
is.
Thing is,
But-
because they've been looking at.
I was surprised that
Can
I
you
read an
explain your
article
joke again,
recently
Mike?
about how many people were still on cable, though.
oh yeah.
It's incredible.
It's ungodly.
Well, a
what
lot
the
of
hell's
people,
wrong with you people?
A lot of people, when I talk to them, especially at work, they keep cable mostly for sports. It's
that
the
makes
biggest reason why they don't cut the cord, because they're
I
like,
think
I
you
don't
can
really
get
watch
ESPN,
TV.
ESPN
like,
has
But
online
for
stuff.
football and the stuff like that, like if you want to be able to watch, it's harder. If you want, because you want to have the NFL package.
Wait, don't
and stuff like
football teams now have where you can just subscribe to their game? They can't do that, can they?
that.
They
But,
probably
but
can't.
most fans, like a lot of football, they watch
and
football
ABC
all
have
day.
ESPN has a streaming service, and
Yeah.
ESPN is owned from Disney. So,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, the NFL has a totally different thing. They have
Yeah,
Sometimes it's on
local
Fox,
contracts,
sometimes
they
it's
have,
on
like,
NBC.
exactly.
their national contracts and all this.
So many people that when I
There's
talk to them, that's why they keep.
There's
that.
a ton of money
I guess
involved in that.
that's why we don't understand it.
You
Exactly.
just come in and be like, slip down your $20. Listen here, Mr. Cable Man.
Yeah.
All I want's the Ocho.
You, but it
Don't
was a
sell me
really
none of that
interesting
other
article
bullshit.
about cable subscriptions and why you have to get them the way that you do and stuff.
Well,
I'm sure.
Because money.
because money. So,
Yeah.
Spider-Man Far From Home has cast officially Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Cobie Smulders as Maria Hill. So this means that we're going to get old Sammy Jack
that's
back.
a prequel.
We have no clue about that.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everyone knows a lot of people that die in Infinity War. A lot of them are going to come back. Yeah, they ain't dead yet.
Yeah.
Unless they're all in an alternate universe, and that's where the new series starts.
It's drawn by
Possibly.
Rob Liefeld.
Probably why he's
Yeah.
far from home.
Far From Home. But anyway, Samuel L. Jackson, he keeps chugging on, man.
Good.
He ain't never going to quit
It's that
being.
paycheck.
I have an Uncle
Why would
May
he?
now. Everything's different.
He loves it.
Yeah,
and
why
he
would
shows
he
up
quit?
for 5 minutes.
Exactly. Collects a paycheck and goes.
That'll be $8 million.
Sam Jackson is one of those guys that he's like Morgan Freeman. He takes anything that's out there that will give him a paycheck.
Or a British actor. Because they do the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah. But because I
You
think
like my voice.
I remember reading for something because Sam
That'll
Jackson
be
he didn't
alien.
get famous till he was well into his 40s or 50s,
Yeah.
and so he has that thing is like if I stop working I won't be out there as much, so he takes any job that pretty much comes to
Yeah,
him.
because I would say Sam Jackson's probably around 70.
Yeah.
And Coming to America was his first movie, which was like 84,
And he was
86?
he was definitely I think in his four I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
that was 30
late
years
30s
ago.
or early 40s.
That was about 30
I
years
think
ago.
it was in his early 40s in Pulp Fiction,
yeah.
which was
Yeah, probably.
94?
26 years ago
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, so.
Wow. Pulp Fiction was that long ago.
Yep. So but
He was born in 1948.
That makes
Damn.
him.
That's too many
He's
years.
70 this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, dude's up there.
Good.
Wow, man.
Keep-
Good
keep
job,
working,
Sam
Sam.
Jackson.
Keep working, homie.
Yep.
The Academy Award has decided to add a popular films category for the Oscars for things like Marvel, Star Wars, DC.
I don't like this at all.
So people will actually watch them.
That's exactly what
Watch
it
the
is.
Oscars, I mean.
No, yeah. That's exactly what this is.
I don't like this.
I don't care.
There's no place for the. It's. I mean, I don't know. Like, what
How do
supposedly
you
the
judge
Oscars.
something like that the way they judge the other films is my thing.
I completely agree with you. Like, I don't know if the Academy is flawed now or whatever, but inherently, those aren't the type of movies that are to be judged by the Academy.
No.
I mean, they're well-made movies, but
Well,
I mean,
they can already win awards for special effects, for sound, editing. They, like at the end of the day, if you really want your superhero movie to be an Academy Award-winning movie, then you would make a completely different
make
movie.
a really good movie.
Because
You're not making an action film.
Because when you put those movies up, I mean, I guess you can break them down to like story and like how engaged you are and weight of that. But who really cares? I guess because just because you put now the Academy Award-winning Marvel movie, like
yeah,
it's not
You
going to
can
have.
already put that on there, though.
Well, but I'm saying it's not going to give any more weight to the movies. It's only for the Academy.
Let's be honest, though. Suicide Squad won an Oscar.
Yeah, but it was for something like what?
It was
costumes.
I think it was costumes or
Costume?
something.
And-
Special
was
effects.
No, it wasn't effects.
Yeah, it's
Makeup, maybe makeup.
And
Something
those
wasn't
like that.
movies,
acting.
they're more than welcome to have their Academy, but the Academy is so screwed anyway. Like, because one of the things I always say is like the people that win it, they've gotten to where they're now it's a gimme thing. Like, oh, we owe this guy an Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll talk about all the time. Well, so and so hasn't won anything for these many other times, so they're probably going to give it to him for
Like
this. And it's
Leonardo DiCaprio is a perfect example. Like he should have won an Academy numerous times. And then they finally gave him for The Revenant, which wasn't a bad movie, but I don't think that was
Wasn't the
his
best one
role.
that year.
It wasn't the one that he should have won the Academy for.
Yeah.
But it gets to that point where like we owe it to him, and so it's a flawed system.
I mean, they held off giving Peter Jackson an Academy Award for the Lord of the Rings movies until Return of the King, because they knew he had a third movie coming out. So let's just give
And
him
that was
give him
definitely
that
one of
for
the
that
weaker
one.
ones
Yeah.
of the series.
I agree.
I don't know what else was that year, but I mean,
But I guess that's get off our soapboxes. But I mean,
yeah, that's fine.
hey, put it on the Oscars. People still probably won't watch because that's one award and a 3-hour thing of.
Will it
of
be
crap.
just one award, or will they have
I didn't
best
talk.
makeup
They're
for
doing
this,
a-
best music for this, best screenplay
Well, I
for
think
this?
Best
that's already
sassy
tied.
female archetype.
Well, because all that stuff would still be tied to other movies because special effects goes across the board to me.
Yeah, they're still.
But don't they? Maybe I'm getting my award shows. I haven't watched in a while. But don't they do best female actress
Yeah.
in a comedy, best?
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. They probably would do stuff like that. That's good. Good point. That's a good point.
So it's not just. I didn't.
if they do it because they do just best animated movie,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
and then just
I'm sure
They don't
that
do,
was
like,
a big row when that
best
was added
voice
on.
actor in a movie, best voice actress in a movie.
Well, they
Yeah.
still have short films. I don't know.
Yeah,
they do,
Fuck
yeah.
Academy.
Yeah, I don't.
It's just interesting that they're adding this stuff, and as much as I love my Marvel movies,
there's
they
no
don't
need.
need an Oscar
This is
unless
not-
they're that good.
Yeah.
and if they're
that's-
that good, they're going to get the other one.
Yeah. I just don't see they're like you said. Well, I think Mike said it's just not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. I don't
They're
go
not
see the
judged by
Marvel.
the same quality.
Yeah, I don't go see a Marvel movie to go see a fucking incredible movie. I go to see a good action film,
Yeah.
but I don't think action films typically win Oscars anyway. So
No,
I don't know. I think it waters down what the Academy is even more than some people say it's
Exactly.
already watered
it's
down.
very watered down, but yeah.
That it for the news?
We got a trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay. We tried to watch it, but my computer is like
think
me
it's your
today,
computer.
fucking up. Maybe it's the internet. Who knows?
Like me and Ted are kind of talking. I mean, I saw some clips and stuff, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's Rockstar. I buy that game sight unseen. I don't
Yeah,
care.
it's
gonna
like
be good.
it's Naughty Dog, Rockstar. They're basically companies right now. They can put a logo up, and until they fuck us over, we're going to buy it.
They could put a dump in a box and mark it Naughty Dog, and I would buy it.
It'd probably be good, too. I'd be like, hey, look at that turd. That's a good-looking turd.
Perfectly shaped. The odor is classic.
Weight to it.
This is
classic turd
This is a stereotypical fecal turd.
This is almost a gag gift turd. This looks like something you made in a factory.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my God. It's just shaped. Oh, look at that tapering.
All right, anyway, is that it for the news?
That's it for the news. We have some questions, but we've gone pretty long this week. Y'all want to answer those next week?
Next week, then. Guys, as always, thank you for listening. Make sure to share the podcast. If it's on Spotify, let us know you're listening on Spotify.
Subscribe to us, guys. If you listen to us on Spotify, subscribe. If you listen on iTunes, subscribe. Also, we got a YouTube, guys. We're trying to add more content there. Subscribe.
And, guys, we see your likes. We see your new likes. We see your shares of our posts. That means a lot to us.
We obsess
appreciate
over
it.
them.
We really do. I got I was trying to add this shit up. I got a notification on Facebook that we had over 12,000 impressions this last week.
They suck!
Yeah.
My impression is that you're terrible.
So thank you guys for, we've been putting out memes and stuff like that on Facebook. Share that shit. That gets our name out there. Tell your friends about our podcast. Tell them how shitty we are.
Yeah, Krista.
Listen to these terrible guys. Krista.
Krista.
All right, bitches.
Bye, bitches. And Krista.
Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes is recorded at the illustrious Big Brown Record Town Studios in beautiful downtown Lake City. Episodes are published each Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Google Play. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Nerds Who Get Laid. We're at Nerds Who Get Laid on Twitter and Instagram. We're part of the Geeks Worldwide Podcast Network. You can find reviews and articles we write at thegww.com. We're also part of the Modest Pod Podcast Network. We're on FloridaGeekscene.com and also WeBeGeeksPC.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. You can also check out the show notes for links about things we talked about in this episode. Thanks so much.
This has been a production of the GWW Radio Network. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Also, check out Geeks Worldwide at thegww.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions on video games, comics, movies, TV, cosplay, and more. Geeks Assemble!